Is there an area in your life where you are checked out? Well, hey everybody, and welcome to our 2-Minute Tuesday. We've been in a series entitled Reset, where we've been asking the question, is there a reset button that you can press on your life? And so this past week we looked at this diagram, and I want to kind of walk you through it. This is a diagram that I came up with that I think expresses to me the rhythm of life that you were designed to sort of go through constantly. You were never meant to be stuck in one area or another. You're meant to constantly be moving. And so this maybe looks a little intense just to start with, but what it is in our lives we have a disposition towards action or rest. And you know this feeling in your life. Sometimes you're fully engaged and sometimes you're just checked out. And so this rhythm was a rhythm we were designed to move through. And it starts with purpose. All of us growing up, we want to be and we want to do different things. And over time, we begin to add purposes to our life. Eventually, we add too many purposes, and that result of that is stress. And we know that staying there often will lead to things like burnout, and ultimately it destroys our purpose because we're rendered ineffective. And yet we were designed to prune back things, to begin to remove those things to a state of rejuvenation. And yet if we stay there for too long, we also become disengaged. And when we're disengaged, we learn that the enemy of purpose is disengagement, that the longer we stay there, we begin to see things die in our life. If you stay checked out in your marriage, it will begin to die. If you stay checked out in your work, in your purpose, even with your relationship with God, that will die as well. And so we're meant to continually grow, prune, rejuvenate, and go through this circle to actually find ourselves in a state of greater purpose. And so we learned the reset button this last week is a prayer, and I want to read it to you from Psalm 51 verse 10. The psalmist David prays this, and he says, "Create in me a pure heart, O God." That means to fashion in me by cutting out and removing and shaping in my heart, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast from me your presence or take your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation. That just means restore to me the joy of what it really means to be human, the way you've created me to be, and grant in me a willing spirit to sustain me. And so that's my prayer for you, is that you would just pray this prayer in your own life, maybe this week, maybe today, maybe even in this moment. To God, create in me a pure heart, renew a steadfast or a constant spirit in me, and restore to me again the joy of what it means to be fully human, full of purpose, passion, and power. And that's my prayer for you today.